So I wrote my paper on self-assessment. And some of the topics I explored through my research was what it is, when should we use it, why we should use it, what are some examples of what it looks like in the classroom, and then what are the results of using it. So I have two basic definitions up here of what it is, and it's a dynamic process in which students self-monitor, self-evaluate, and identify correctives to learn. And then there's another one that says process by which students monitor and evaluate the quality of their thinking and behavior when learning, and identifying strategies that improve their understanding and skills. So that's pretty much what it is. Like we've already mentioned before, they have the formative and summative assessments, and we can use it both ways. For formative learning, you'll want to use more of like the immediate feedback, like online quizzes. And for summative, like let them students grade themselves or evaluate themselves and how they're doing in the classroom. There's a few reasons why it's beneficial for teachers to use it. It gives students timely and effective feedback. The teachers or instructors are allowed to assess students' understanding of what they know. It promotes academic integrity and self-reporting because it's harder to like cheat or use someone else's. It improves their reflection skills. They're able to reflect back on what they've done. It's more self-directed. It's not, you're going to do it this way and that's the right way. It's more, let you do it yourself. So it kind of like lets them be more independent. Students have more motivation and they're more driven to do stuff. And it also, this is the biggest one, it gives the skills that future employers want to see. So there's a few examples of how you can do it in the classroom, and that includes a reflective journal, so just having a journal and just like writing down, kind of like we do for this class. You can give students prompts to write about, and they can write it in their reflection journal. So like a few prompts would be like open-ended questions, like what was the hardest part about this? What was the easiest part? What did you find beneficial from doing this? Just to get them more engaged and to reflect more. You don't want to use like a yes or no answer questions because then they're not really reflecting, they're just giving you a short answer. Group work, it allows them to assess the group members that they work with. From class participation, it encourages more class participation, and that's always helpful too. Another way is student-led or three-way conferences. So if you let a student do a project and then have them present it to yourself as a teacher, other students, and community members or family members. I've seen that done in my elementary school, and I think it's a beneficial way for kids to learn. But if you're going to use self-assessment in the classroom, one really good way is by having a rubric, and that's like predetermined expectations of what you expect the student to do in order to get the grade that they want. Then there's results of self-assessment, and from different sources that I've looked at, some say that it's beneficial and some say that it's flawed. Students' anticipated grade corresponded to the amount of time and effort invested. So if you kind of think of it, the more time and effort you put into something, the better it's going to be. And that's shown in research. More number of students' assessments agree with those of the staffs than not. So students are kind of getting what they're supposed to be doing with self-assessment. And then this one's kind of where it's flawed. It says that good students tend to mark themselves lower than what a teacher would mark them, and then the weaker students would say, oh yeah, I did better, you know, and the teacher's like, no, not quite, you didn't master that one yet. But that's pretty much what I've learned from doing this assignment, and these are my sources. Thank you.